monsters into the mid to late game. So it's going to be interesting to see RNG route themselves out. They need quite a bit of damage. Okay, there we go. I mean, Xayah makes a lot of sense.
I mean, we're looking for a hyper carry, and there's still a lot left open. Xayah, Twitch, but it will be Xayah in the end for RNG. And it's the two-pronged assault with Cassiopeia and Xayah being the down threat from RNG. And final pick, Braum.
And I don't know, I look at RNG's composition, I just think all of their engage potential and their damage output is absolutely disgusting. The long-range engage from Zach, the follow-up from Alistar, the protection, the Bash Brothers of Cassie and Show there, and then Xayah has an ability that makes her untargetable. It is so hard to win a fight against RNG's comp.
That's true, but RNG, it's not going to be easy for them, right? We've seen time and time again Zach be difficult into these tanky, disengaged compositions. Ben picking up Braum makes a lot of sense. You already have Sejuani and Maokai with you, so if Zach jumps in, you better...
Easy push to make, especially because now they have perfect eyes on MLXG. But unfortunately, they didn't do anything with that.
MLXG's charging up.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm Ben. I'm turning up right now into this one. Lands the Fissure on top of that, but let's bounce. He goes right into the enemy jungle, knockback on top of that, and the crowd actually frozen in place on top. Xiaohu, another big knock-up, and it's just that bouncy castle for WE. But it is a bouncy castle because they're not taking any damage. In comes 957. Nature's Grass locks everyone down. Got the Cell Division coming up, and it's just the war of tanks. No one's dying. 957. Finally, the jungler dies there. MLXG defenseless while he's in blood form. Second kill over to WE. They're still following after. Play caller, but now they come in for more. Ming sees the signal to go back in, but Uzi and Xiaohu just don't have any damage right now. This is 10 minutes into the game. They're not hyper carries yet. And WE, they're at critical HP. I wish I had a Carthus because they'll all get away.
I mean, that was massive. Back and forth.
Like, that one's going to sting for a long time.
Ming will come into the top lane and just up and down, 957. Gonna get gobbled up here, but it's still not finished. But finally, Uzi will get the kill.
I love League of Tanks.
Yeah, it's a slow death. It's slow, agonizing, but eventually they die. And let me stop. There's three. And here comes Zach. MLXG has initiated a fight. He gets the lockdown onto Ben, but it's still the front line is where it needs to be, and she is just pounding Ming. The red buff goes down, and 957 gets a nice knockback onto Ming to finish him off. MLXG forced to go down into a Cell Division, and now he's a poor defenseless Zach, and Uzi gets to look on as his jungler dies. 2 kills to WE.
Maokai's just so strong. There's no way that Uzi and Xiaohu are going to walk up to him.
And he's waddling to safety, but he needs to be in defense of the mid lane. Connie taking a bunch of damage out from Xiaohu. Uzi sidestepping that one, and that was a big petrifying gaze. Mystic will fall to Xiaohu, and he will get the defense off.
It's a split-second decision. Xiaohu saw the opportunity and was able to take down Mystic.
And Xiaohu still performing at the top that we expect him. Catches Mystic unawares, although you have to imagine that will be...
They're all here. 957 tosses in the sapling, and the sapling has noticed that the Baron has been started. Shea comes in. He has the package as well. Look at Condi as well. They need to get this smite off. MLXG at the back of the pit. He secures it. Condi will not get his smite off today. 957. In comes the Nature's Grasp. They're locking down all of RNG. They are losing so many members for this. Double kill to Shea.
And 2 members come out clean. MLXG and Ming are gone, but they're going to lose a lot for this.
The tower is already fragile. It's going to be pushed over with a single auto attack from Mystic, and they've got the creep wave behind them as well as the big tanks in front, so they can preserve a lot of these creeps with 957's health and continue the push.
WE are just running it down mid, and this will be at least an inhibitor tower. 8 seconds left on Uzi. Probably going to be an inhib as well, and a top lane tower. Shea and WE are getting so much off of this. MLXG's charging up the elastic slingshot. Will jump onto Condi of all people. He's looking for someone to connect us onto, but tower unfortunately needs to be tended to. Xiaohu will be the one to do it, and that means that RNG have to back away.
Yep. The fact that Xiaohu walked over to the mid lane meant that they didn't have the playmaking potential from the petrifying gaze. They'll have to lose this.
Now tower's about to crumble, though MLXG pulls the trigger, jumps into that front line, but he can barely make it to Mystic and Shea. He goes down almost instantly. This is going to be a bloodbath here for RNG. 957 catches out Xiaohu. Uzi, he's free-firing. He just simply doesn't have the damage at this point in the game. And Ben, he's just turning away by himself. And Uzi sees the rest of his team crumble. 4-0 here for WE, and they get to use all of the remaining resources to have the clean ace into RNG. They'll take up the tower, and this looks like it might be game.
Yeah, they just needed petrifying gaze, but Xiaohu wasn't there. They picked the fight. They lost the fight. WE have the minions.
Yep, 5 seconds left on MLXG, 4 seconds on Ming, and it just will not get back up in time. WE, 24 minutes in Game 3, will secure the Nexus.
And a lot of this was built off of the back of how massive 957 got. He was an unkillable tank. It meant that the goalpost moved farther and farther.